All right, guys, welcome to another episode. As normal, what we're doing in here is you get to view a question and response session where we had the opportunity to go through a large list of questions from a lot of our members, either in our free group or inside of our student groups, so that you could learn what you can and glean not only how to operate, but we talked about some pricing. We're going to talk about some of the creative ways to do some very advanced pricing strategies, making sure you take advantage of things like the linens fee, the management fees as well. And most importantly, making sure that when you're talking to landlords, we've got some advice for you in this particular question and response that will help you close more deals with more landlords so that you can have that many more locations. So stay tuned all the way through to the end and make sure that you continually join us anytime that you can over in our Facebook group, because occasionally we have the opportunity to answer some of the questions from all of our members across the globe. And hopefully we can help you one day soon as well. Talk to you soon. Oh, okay. Hopefully you guys are still here. I don't know if you had no way of seeing what just happened there. It's the craziest thing. Everything was fine. I was ahead of schedule. I hit go and it said quit. It just literally quit right on the go. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So anyway, as it turns out, as you guys know, for those of you who have been here any length of time, I will keep trying until it works, and it seems to be working at the moment. So this is good. For those of you who want to join us live, go to cashflowdiary.com/live. Link again on any non-iOS browser. Somebody just sent me a message about something. Yes, any non-iOS browser. Go to cashflowdiary.com. Live link what I mean by any Chrome browser that's not on an iOS device. That's what I meant. Go there. We can chat live for the rest of you. Make sure, we can chat in real time and see your face and hear you, which would be great. And then for those of you who are here in the chat rooms, feel free to make sure you're typing in the chat room so that we can totally make sure that we continually hear you, etc., etc., etc. Now, with all of that being said, I also want to make sure for those of you who could be watching maybe the replay on YouTube, come and join us. Facebook, you come and join us in one of our free Facebook groups. So you definitely have the ability to do that. And well, that's interesting. Yeah, so make sure that you come and join us in the Facebook group anyway, because I'm performing tech support at the same time as we do all of these things simultaneously. Nonetheless, glad that you guys are here today. Hopefully you're filling up the chat room with a whole bunch of stuff that I can respond to. And if you are feeling anything like me, you are feeling excited that we actually got... That didn't go right. That's my other screen. So you're actually feeling excited about the fact of how we managed to get everything working right now. Just give me 1 second. There we go. I want that one. That way, there we go. Nonetheless, let's get this party started. So I'm going to go look for your questions on this screen, which is exactly what you were seeing a whole bunch of just a second ago. And we're going to kind of go from there. So let's do that. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Go over here. Looking at what you guys typed in. All right. So I see Janan is here. Robert is here. Ignat is here. Sue Ann, how are you? Who's that? Thank you, Janan. Love the infomercial intro. You're welcome, Anthony. That's also something you play when you're still trying to fix stuff in the background. Dave, how are you? And in your house rules, do you say they cannot have visitors over unless they notify you? And then do you charge a fee for violating it? If you can charge a fee for just about anything if it's inside of your house rules, Janan, but it's got to be in your house rules. If I was to tell you, while it may be in there, I can't. I'm not going to sit here and say that, yeah, we police that and are watching it so tightly, if that makes sense. So there are things like that in there, especially what I think we call it non-permitted guest after 10 p.m. blah blah blah, is the phrase that we use. But at the end of the day, if they're not causing us trouble, we typically don't get too much into making their lives any more challenging than they could make our lives, if that makes sense, because we just want everybody to be shiny, happy people and enjoy their time and do what's right, if that makes sense. So you can have it there, but again, enforcing sometimes is, you got to ask yourself if it was actually worth certain things. Now, if they start causing some problems of some kind and you don't want those problems, then yeah, absolutely. 100% all the time. That's exactly what we're talking about. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we got. Airbnb in Cali doesn't collect taxes. How can we pass the cost to the guest? That's not accurate, Anthony. What you're referring to is it's a city by city thing, and it's not a state by state thing. And you can't. The only way to pass the cost to the guest is, first of all, you'd have to know how to submit those payments over to the city. That's number one, and that's still a whole nother debate for a whole nother day that has not even been resolved yet. And if you were going to pass those costs on, they would have to be a separate charge. I would encourage you to look at, I think it's Elke. She did her listings. We did a review of her listings not too long ago, and she had it listed in there. The way that she did that, I liked it, and it seemed to be, I'm assuming it's working for her. Obviously she can let you know. Let's see, Janan, what is the biggest dollar discount I would give? We'll start with, I don't even think I understand this. Okay, a current guest wanted $70 a night, and I responded with a $100 discount, which comes to $95 with a $100 discount. I'm assuming that's $100 total for the reservation, which comes to $95 a night, and now he wants $85 a night. Also, since we connected through Airbnb and he's still currently staying, we can't do the extended stay through Toki, right? And avoid the service fees. This could get me in trouble with Airbnb. Got it. It's probably best in this particular case, yes, to still go through Airbnb. And again, it's not so much about avoiding the service fees as much as it is getting that guy to go direct. And if he wants to stay there, if he's already there and you're trying to extend, I don't know that I would be giving much of a discount. But again, how much of a discount you give, Janan, isn't like a flat number. Like, there's no really wrong number per se. Without you need to know a couple of things. You need to know what your cost is. If you don't know what your cost is, I don't know what your cost is, right? So you've got to know that. You also need to know where you are in the month. For example, let's pretend that, and for this, we'll use today. So you're at the end of the month, but let's pretend the beginning parts of the month, days 1 through 28. Or actually, no, because you're talking about 14 days extension. So that's getting into the second month. So what you've got to now do is look into the second month and go, how many days of that second month are currently reserved? If the answer is 0, then there's probably less of a discount that's available to him, because you still got to hit your break even point for next month, more than you have to worry about, how much of a discount to give him, whether that's what you need to be thinking about. You need to be thinking about you need to have a high revenue business, not a high occupancy business. And you need to ask yourself, does $70 make sense? My suspicion is that $70 doesn't make sense. $85 probably doesn't make sense. And if you want to play this game, which I don't suggest, you can, But if you're at 95, at some point you need to tell him, you need to know what your number is as far as how low are you willing to go. You need to know what your number is. That's where I'm going to leave that one for now. Okay. So anyway, hopefully somebody come join me live. Go to cashflowdiary.com/live link. Cashflowdiary.com/live link for sure. Akila says, "Hey Jay," with 3 exclamation points. I don't know, what is that, like really loud because there's 3, or is it loud? I mean, how loud is 3 exclamation points? Because I thought 1 exclamation point was loud, but 3 makes me wonder. Anyway, hey James, what's going on? Noble, how are you? Let's see. Hello, Rafa is here. What's up, Rafa? Let me see. I'm scanning for questions. See if there are any others. Nothing there. And Deborah, how are you? I see you. For those of you watching in any of our Facebook groups, feel free to type into the chat for any particular questions that you might have. We'll do our best. I'll do my best to get those answered. And looking to see if anyone's joining live. If not, I totally understand. Believe me, we can be done soon if you guys are done. Sorry, I keep getting, I have, for whatever reason today, I keep getting reservations. So like I just got so I'm just, anyway, I'm not complaining. I'm just looking at reservations coming in and my phone keeps doing little buzzy stuff, which is cool. I guess that's what's supposed to happen, right? Anyway, boom. What's this? There we go. Screen for questions. There it is. Akila says, what is area is your Long Beach property located, and what is your average nightly rent and average net profit per apartment there? Got it. I think I know what you're asking, but what you typed is and so that everybody knows it's not me. I can read, but I want you to see. Whoops, that's the wrong screen. That's also the wrong screen. That's the right one. You can see what she typed right there for yourself, because it's not me. She typed it. What is area is your? Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to read that. I don't know. Give me a second. All right. Let's see. So we're near downtown. So when it comes to Long Beach, and again, the net profit per prop, again, don't ever get caught up. So regardless, for all of you, all right, for all of you, please hear me clearly with what I'm about to say. Don't get caught up on the top line number. The top line number is absolutely irrelevant on a per property basis. What matters is the bottom line number. Okay. That's what matters. So the Long Beach properties, they do their same 1,000 to 12 to 1,500, or sorry, $800 to $1,200 a month, like everything else. But their numbers are not impressive in terms of top line numbers, because you may have, like right now, we like last minute reservations right now are probably $75 per night for the studios. And that's the other thing to consider with studio, not a 1-bedroom, etc. But at the same time, the rent for something out there is significantly less expensive than many other locations inside the Orange County marketplace. So, how many listings can we have per account now? Did that change from the 10 max? Yes, Rafa, it actually went down. Sorry. It went down. James, hello Jay, you mentioned on October 16th a Facebook strategy for retargeting guests. You did not go through it in detail. That is correct. There's a reason for that. If it is okay, can you give a strategy that we can use now? We are focusing on marketing to our past guests as we go into November and December. Got it. So James, in order to, what it comes down to, here's what it comes down to retarget, and I'm assuming because you use the word, you know what it means. Okay. I'm assuming you use the word so that therefore you know what it means. To retarget means you must first have placed a pixel some way, somehow, or have access to their actual email address in order to be able to use the data that you've collected in a retargeting fashion. So if you have that data, which most people don't, that's the issue. Most people don't have that data. If you have that data, then you can load that into Facebook, and Facebook has the ability to find them and their friends, and be able to start your retargeting campaign that way. If you don't have that data, which again, you probably don't, you want to tag Brandon Brashears. He's in the Facebook group right now. Tag Brandon Brashears, because he will get you completely set up with the tool that we've been using to put pixels on people's devices so that we can have the ability to remarket to everyone who connects to the internet. And that's something I think we should get. All right. See some more of the money sounds. You know what? I will go get a money sound because right now we don't have one. That's what I will do. Dave is cracking up at the sound effects. That's good. Yes, we have almost all of our guest email. Okay, so the good news, James, is that you can build a retargeting list from emails. However, it's usually best to do it from pixels. Emails can be good, but emails can also be fake or not match. For example, you could have, just think about it. One of the things that happens, I know that happens, is that people inside, think about it. I know the email address I signed up with Facebook, I have not checked in a really long time. So the email address you may have may not be like really the email address you want. That's kind of where I'm coming from. So who knows? I don't know. My point is I like the idea of pixels, and if you've got to start with emails, that's great. You can also do this, and this is going to freak some of you out, but you can also do it with phone numbers. So Facebook can handle emails, phone numbers, as well as pixels in order to build your retargeting list. But again, tag Brandon. Tag Brandon. That's what I'm going to say. Can you go clarify what I should be looking for on Price Labs every day? I know some people check it every day. I check it every day. Why would you not check it every day? Are you crazy, Janan? What are you doing? You have to check it every day. Now, I am totally messing with you right now. Wow. Something's going on. You guys must be good luck today. There's nothing but it's like another reservation just came in. So this y'all keep asking questions, because you keep asking questions, I keep getting reservations. I kind of like this. This is a good thing. So yes, more questions, please. Anyway, I know some people check it every day. Yes, right now my bookings have all been last minute and not really any ahead of time. The furthest has been November 11th. Okay, got it. So you have to ask yourself a couple of questions, Janam. Is one, how long have you actually been live? Because I actually don't know that answer. How long have you been live? And two, because there's a certain amount of time that people tend to book ahead anyway. There's just a time frame in which people choose not to book any further ahead, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just something you need to be aware of, is that some people just don't make reservations that far in advance, and because of that, you just need to be thinking about it. Next becomes down to your revenue management, not revenue management, your risk tolerance. How far in advance do you actually want your reservations to be? Some would say if you are like 11 days out and that's your average, some would say that's completely fine. In fact, I don't know that that's something to be overly freaking out about. How far in advance, if it's 11 days. If you want it to be longer, then you need to do a better job of managing your revenue, usually lowering the price out into the future. However, right now that's very, very challenging for you, and here's why. One, you're new. Two, holidays are coming up. What does that mean? That means typically the first 2 weeks of November are absolute crickets, especially in our marketplaces. Okay, absolute crickets, usually really horrible. The second half of November, again, American Thanksgiving, for those of you outside of the U.S., you understand. It's American Thanksgiving and some holidays are coming up, and it creates challenges when you're trying to do your pricing. Totally get that. So what I'm suggesting for you to do at this particular moment is to study your marketplace and know that you will not make it anywhere near the amount of money you could. And if you're getting nervous, start managing that price a little bit lower until you strike the balance of how far in advance you would like. Okay, how far in advance you would like. There are times of the year where I'm okay if I'm not booked 4 days out, and those are usually our higher seasons. At this moment, I like to be booked further out because there's less and less last minute travel during this time of the year. And because of that, and because I know that, myself and many of the other operators, we're discounting sooner so that we can get it reserved. That doesn't mean there isn't last minute traffic. There's just less of it, right? So therefore, we're discounting sooner to make sure that we can still hit our numbers, whatever those numbers are relative for you. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Let me see. Dave Sinton says it's Jasmine Smith's first 5 minutes as a student. Let's welcome her. Okay. Welcome, Jasmine. Glad that you were here. Hopefully you are enjoying the Q&A. We do this every Tuesday, or most Tuesdays, I should say. I have missed a few in like 5 years, but not many. And we do our best to get started. And I'm glad that you're here. So hopefully this is turning out to be something that you'd like. And for those of you who could be watching the replay on Facebook, come and join us. We have a free group over at cashflowdiary.com/mastery. Come and join the conversation. Those of you in the student group, you know how intense that conversation actually gets. So, let's see. Janan, 1 month. Oh, you want it on a month in advance. Then you're going to have to, okay, if you want a month in advance, I don't think you actually want a month in advance. That's number one. I think what you're having is an emotional reaction and you're feeling a little nervous because it's like, is it going to get filled? I get that. I don't think you actually want a month in advance because I think you're going to leave so much money on the table. Then you're going to leave a lot of money on the table in order to get that. You can get that. You just got to discount until you start getting that, because it's not like people aren't willing to book. You just got to find that right price. I don't think you want a whole month in advance though. Yeah. I mean, if you were in the middle of, like, if you were let me tell you who wants a month in advance. You want a month in advance when you're running a really large property, like a 4-bedroom, 5-bedroom, or you're maybe, you might even want more than a month in advance in those situations. If you're running high-end situation, you want more than one. You want 2, 3. Well, no, you want 3, 4 months in advance. At a minimum in those cases. You're running some sort of a destination type of event thing. Maybe it's your house is only for weddings. You really want many, many months in advance. So those are all situations in where you would want that. If you're operating 2 bedrooms and smaller, and you're in primary markets, not secondary or tertiary, and you guys know how to do that, then I don't think you want a month in advance. That's just, hey, what is. Hey, Russell, how are you doing? Love Toya, what's up? Chris, how are you? Jasmine says, thank you. Good. No, I've been operating for 1 month. Oh, sorry. Totally got that wrong. Anyway, well, good. Well, now you have extra information you didn't even ask for. Congratulations. That's all good. Let's see. Looking for more questions. Let's go over here. Hey, Edgar. Hey, Latanya. How are you? Oh, hold on. Deborah. By the way, Jay, I will be acquiring my first unit next Monday, the 5th. What? That's worth some clapping for sure. Deborah, I'm excited for you. And I'm sure you're probably half nervous and all of those things that go along with it. It's is great. So let's make sure that you go out there. Now, do me a favor. I need you to follow the system. Yes, sir. Follow the system. Okay. That's what I need you to do. Gab Massey. Hey, we have the same last name. This is interesting. Gab, what's your best guess on Airbnb giving a super host a one-off review each year? I don't think I understand your question, Gab. Try that again, and I can probably answer. Dominic Johnson, what's up? I joined Mastermind. Super ready to get started. Cool. I would say one thing, Gab, or sorry, Dominic. You've already started. You started the moment you had the idea, which however long ago that was. Now you're beginning to take some action. One of the most important things you can do is once you get started is to stay started, because the thing I don't want you to do ever is to stop, because once you stop, no, bad things happen, and we don't want that. We want you to keep moving forward. Just make steady daily progress. I don't care how small. I just care that it's steady daily progress. Whatever that looks like for you is kind of what we would like to see, for sure. Jay, I will definitely follow the system. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So, we have a person here. Hold 1 second. Give me 1 second. Get my headphones on. I actually didn't have them. Where's my... I realized that afterwards. So let me see. 1, 2, 3. So we have a person who will be joining us in live, and I need to put on the headphones so that I can hear them and you guys don't get feedback. All right. There you go. I can hear you now. Excellent. So give me 1 second. And where are we going? We're going to go here with you guys. So what? Change B and why? Dave. Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
There they are. Hey, Dave. How are you guys?
Hello. So Jill wanted to connect because she has questions. She just walked in the door. She's like, I want to be on the Q&A. So anyway,
well, this is a good time. Good time. Good catch.
So Jasmine's still watching. Hi, Jasmine. We just got off the phone, and she became our student. So that's awesome. And not what I'm here for, so I'll let Jill ask her questions.
3 questions.
Okay.
One, do you put a price for linens on Airbnb? And if so, how much do you put? You know, when it says cleaning and there's the subsequent...
There's the new price breakdowns that they're giving us the ability to charge for like...
Did you just make Superhost or something?
Yeah.
No, but this was a feature a while ago.
Yeah. And the answer is absolutely. There's a separate price for linens and stuff. I would hope you had that there from the beginning. Now it depends on what you're paying, because I don't know what you're paying. Do you know what you're paying?
We have put it together with her cleaning fee because it wasn't a feature in the beginning.
Okay.
After you get some visits, whatnot, it became a feature. So we clumped it up with our cleaning fee.
Got it. So how much was it?
So our cleaning fee is $145.
Okay.
$120 is the cleaning, and the $25 is for linens.
Okay. And then what did you do with the did you charge a management fee? Are you charging a management fee? Why not?
Well,
you don't like money?
No, you never respond to the Facebook group.
I didn't see it. I'm sorry. I can't. There's so many of you guys. I literally look in there. I don't see everything.
There's
Cause in the matter, Joe.
There was actually feedback.
Ooh, you're in trouble. He said some secret Dave code, and you got in trouble.
I basically just told her that she needs to take responsibility for herself.
Okay. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah. I like how quickly that happened. I need code words. I need code words. Go ahead.
So there was actually mixed feedback from the group because it would increase the overall price. And so people felt that if the price was increased for the cleaning fee, they wouldn't book with you.
Oh, I think I know what we're talking about now. And while that may be true, I also don't care. Here's why. Because when you have the option to charge the management fee and you have the option to charge, because I'm assuming that's what you now have. You have the option to charge the management fee and you have the option to charge the cleaning fee. Okay. Man, so many people watching on so many different platforms right now. All right. I am talking very specifically about Airbnb, that marketplace, how they work. I just want to be very clear for everybody before they apply this as some blanket rule. All right. Here's the deal. Airbnb is the low price leader. They tend to price from low to high, and you need to use that to your advantage. So here's what that means. Ultimately, you need a high revenue business. You honestly don't really care which line item gets credit for the revenue. You just need a high revenue business. So for the sake of this example, let's pretend that your ultimate, and I'm not saying it is, but let's say your ultimate daily rate is $100 per night. If 10 of those dollars is cleaning fee and 10 of those dollars is management fee, you don't care. You just know you need to get $100 per night. Okay. So let's just make sure that that's the case. If that's the case, here's what happens. When you're using that to your advantage, you get to advertise from $80 per night because you know you're going to make it up on your management fee and your cleaning fee. Because you're going to still get that $10 from the cleaning fee and you're going to get that $10 from the management fee by charging a percentage. That's how you need to leverage and use the management fee as well as the cleaning fee, as understanding it managing your entire revenue stack. Now, with that being said, yes, there are some people, especially the budget conscious, at one bedrooms, not so much in one bedroom. Well, not so much in one bedrooms, but definitely studios for sure, where people are going, the cleaning fee is too much. I do hear that occasionally on my studios, but I don't care. Because if you manage the daily rate properly, it'll all balance itself out in the end. And again, Airbnb actually incentivizes us as operators to advertise the lowest first initial from rate. That's exactly how their entire system is set up. So it actually works to your advantage. Does that make sense?
Right. So, sorry.
With one exception. It's when you're trying to fill in those small gaps, those 1 days, those 2 days, those 3 days. That's when it can be a challenge to deal with, and you have to discount your daily rate to a point to where it actually makes sense. I tend to optimize our pricing, kind of like what Janan was talking about earlier. I like to optimize our pricing for 3 days, well, actually 4 days and longer. That's what I really care about. I care about 4 days and longer. In fact, you get a better price from us if you book 4 days or longer than if you have 3 days or shorter, all across, all the time. So,
Okay.
which means Janan, hopefully you're listening. I can get reservations further out because the person staying 4 days and longer is looking further out and they're getting a better price. So I'm doing all of those things simultaneously to be able to incentivize that person to come as soon as humanly possible. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your question though? I sense I didn't. There's still more.
Yeah. So going back to the linens and management fee, is it just you're cutting off your daily rate and just throwing a fee? Okay.
Yeah. Now I'm never making my linen fee less than what I'm actually charged. There are situations in which my linens fee is higher than what I actually am charged.
Okay. And then what do you put for your management fee?
I'm 9% across the board on every location.
Okay. 9?
So 9. Yeah. So every advertised price gets bumped up 9%, no matter what, across the board.
Okay.
So if it's $100, you're adding $9 as your management fee.
Yes.
Okay.
But I get to advertise $100.
Right. So that way on the map it shows up as $100 nightly, and then when they get their fees, there's $9 for this. There's a linen fee, and then all of that put together equals what you'd like to be making a night.
You got it.
Okay, got it.
So going off of your statement that you want to create a better price for 4 days or longer,
Yes.
I'm right there with you. And that's typically what happens for us.
Yes.
So how do you track that, or how do you know that your price point is good? Because how I used to track that was through Marketplace from Smart B&B.
Mm-hmm.
But their Marketplace, it's not pulling.
Yeah, that was how I did it too. And I am researching an alternative whose name I am not going to give you right now because there are lots of people watching. And I don't want to cause any more headache for myself. But I'm looking for another alternative that has the ability to do that exact same thing. But the Smart B&B is exactly what when it works great. For that piece. Everything else about it works, but for whatever reason, they get so many errors on that one little piece. It's really annoying. And for those of you, they changed the API last time I checked. That's what I was told. But what did they say? Did they tell you something?
Yeah, Airbnb is not giving them the data.
Well, that makes sense, and I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised because I wish they would, though. I wish they would. It was very helpful.
So my second question is, our first unit, the landlord is changing the door.
The door? Like the physical door?
Yeah, so I have
to use an interior door and now it's going to put an exterior door on it?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
But so if they're changing the door, and so the doorknob, the deadbolt, and the handle were separate, now it's this one big piece.
Oh, it's a Mortise lock now.
Yeah, they're classing it up, but it's going to have an impact on our hardware.
So we can't use the Vivint deadbolt. And
why they change it? Whoa! You can usually purchase the deadbolt, the door. That part can be separate. Why does it have to be one? Is he buying some sort of door kit?
Because they're making it as one.
It's they're making an aesthetic decision that we have no control over.
Did they even talk to you first?
Well, they let us know that what they were going to look like. They at least gave us a heads up. Our door hasn't changed yet. They took a picture of it and sent it to us.
Okay, then I would strongly consider you letting them know that doesn't work.
I think we passed.
Are we saying that it's a workability issue, Jim?
Yes, we are saying it's a workability.
It's a workability comment.
It's a workability, safety concern. You can bring up all kinds of things. Hey, you guys have enjoyed how we have worked. It's been good. We'd like to continue to provide the same clean, safe, affordable, quality place, and you are destroying something that's very expensive and important to us. You can change the door, but this is the type of lock we must have. We have to have a separate deadbolt.
Okay, so assuming that
now, with all that being said, even if it doesn't work, there's still an option.
We can't change the outside nor adhere anything to it, so I have to figure out where to put my Ring doorbell. Okay. So what I think they're trying to do is making it standardized like a REIT.
Yeah. Whose idea was this? What?
So we work with the property manager.
You like that?
I did. There was so much that was communicated inside that. Yeah, same question. We want to know. Go ahead.
We work directly with the property manager, and she's on site. However, there is a bigger owner, which I believe is a corporation. We've never dealt with them.
Got it. Okay. And then this is okay. How many units do you have in this unit or building?
One.
Just the one.
And how many units are in this building?
44.
Got it. Okay. Were you planning on having more in this building?
But up until this door change, no. Like, we're hoping that.
Yeah, we were open to it, and at one point they were offering us more units, and then we know that they've had other units come up for rent that they haven't contacted us or reached out to us on, and I know we were kind of a test for them. We're not exactly sure why we wouldn't be offered more, but they're certainly not being proactive about it.
Got it.
When we were looking for our next round of units, we reached out to them first, and they just kept saying they didn't have anything available.
Okay. Well, all right. So if you're going to be stuck with this Mortise lock, then you have August and Igloo Home. Those are your options. If you're ultimately stuck with the Mortise lock. I don't like either one of those options for you.
So August, for sure, they have to download the app.
Igloo Home is probably, I would probably recommend Igloo over August because I understand the system. I would recommend Igloo over August, but they both have Mortise configurations that will work, but Igloo first.
Okay.
Yeah. It's better than nothing though. But I would also let them know that you probably wouldn't. I mean, that's one of those things where I have literally just not gone to. I just tell apartment communities I don't want to be here because I can't make it as secure and as safe as I'd like to.
Right.
That's how I do it.
What about you brought up August?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's either August or more. It's August. Yeah, it'll still be good. It's just you're gonna always have this one unit that operates differently.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's frustrating.
Last question is, what good is Toki at this point? Yeah.
Stay tuned. I was on some demos earlier today. I think I'll know more on Friday, but I think we found an adequate replacement.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
It's what I do. So who wants to come and join us live? I don't have anybody else to talk to now. Let me go look over here inside the Facebook group. Oh boy, lots of questions. Okay, so let's work through those. All right, so let's see. Gab is asking, Airbnb will allow us a superhost to chuck one review. Oh, yeah. It's not an issue. What is this? I have one of my children. Justice, not right now. Thank you, though. Oh, so you, what?
Can we go bowling after?
No, you can't go bowling right now. I'm sorry. Justice? Okay. Okay, look, man, you're making this really challenging for Daddy right now. Do you want to at least say hi to the people? Come here. I will at least let you say hi to the people. All right, 1, 2, 3. Hello! Okay, go. Now go. All right. I have 4 children. So you just got to meet one of them. That's just how it goes here some days. That's just how it goes here some days. So you gotta roll with the punches, like I do, or at least like I tried to do. Not always good at it, but that's neither here nor there right now. All right, and I need to change this camera back. There we go. All right. So for those of you who want to come join live, feel free to go to any non-iOS browser and do that. Let me get to some more of these questions. Guess, Gab, when you're talking about getting rid of a review, if you're I don't know why you're trying to get rid of a review. If it violates the content policy, now there's a number of things that violate the content policy. So if you're just trying to get a review removed because it's just bad, well, that's one thing. But if you're trying to get a review removed because someone's violated the content policy, then that's just simply a phone call. So you should be able to make that happen with no issue. All right, let's see. Hey, Jesse, Aiko, how are you? Benjamin, what's going on? All right, let me scroll back through some of these questions. Let's see. What? Haha, thanks. Would you be able to share some basic Price Labs customizations so we can use it as a base idea to start with and then make adjustments? Got it. So, let me see what let me log into Price Labs on another screen. And give me 1 second, Janan. I will do I'll see what I can do to help here. Okay. I'm logging in right now. Oh boy, they're experiencing delays. Okay, so here's some things that I want you to look at right here. Right now, I am discounting much sooner than I normally do. Well, actually, I'm discounting to my minimums faster because I'm trying to get more reservations sooner. But these are some of the customizations that I have made. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger, make it easier for you to see. How about that? Boom, there you go. So hopefully that answers your question and helps in some way, shape, or form. Let's go back to here. Let me find more questions. Shirley Wilson is here, everybody. What's up? Let's see, who's that? Rebecca Stepner, how are you? I like fire. I like that, Jay. Great example. Advertising $80 a night, but banking $100 by adding management and linens. Yes, I was very excited, Stephen, when they gave us that ability to do that. Because again, it's about it's understanding how each platform does their marketing. That'll make that difference. On Booking.com, I would be using a completely different strategy. So that we're really clear, it's a completely different strategy. Shirley, hey Jay, owner is asking for my rental agreement on Airbnb platform other than house rules and how Airbnb vets guests. What else can I give him? Okay, Shirley, I feel like you're not being, I feel like this is a short version of the question, because when you say the owner is asking for your rental agreement, what owner? I'm confused. I'm just really confused. Are you talking about a new deal that you're trying to get? I just don't know. Hey, Russell, what's going on? Jay, my latest guest that booked, she did not stay in the unit. It was her husband, nephew, and a third male guest. Okay. It was booked 2 days before arrival, and she mentioned her husband and nephew were coming, and I assume she was the third guest. Got it. From the check-in video, it showed 3 male guests. So how do you handle the booking when the person that books is not present during the stay? Or am I worrying about something not that important? They checked out today. The place looked fine. Really no issues. Okay, so I don't want you to get into the habit of doing this. This is a big no-no, okay? I don't want you to get in the habit of doing this. When you detect, this is what is technically called a third-party booking. This is technically a third-party booking, and it was seemed to be undisclosed and unapproved, which is a complete violation of the house rules. So you can, for such a reason, in the reservation, period. You have that ability. However, in this particular case, what I often do is that I will, hey, if we catch that, when we notice this, especially if it's more guests than originally stated, like, or they paid for, if they paid for 3 and 3 stay there, then that's one thing. If they paid for 2 and 3 stay there, that's a different thing. Either way it goes, we try to get the information and help them understand it. Hey, you have violated the rules. Here's how we can get you back. Oops, sorry about that. Here's how we can get you back into compliance. Here's what we need to do. And I like using the word compliance. Here's how we get you back into compliance with insurance and the terms of service with Airbnb. This is what we need to do. And that tends to work most of the time. So hopefully that helps. So Morris is Poppy's twin. That's one way of looking at it. He is a lot of fun all the time. Anthony, hey Jay, we have a financial partner with about 1 million in his 401k and would like to purchase 16 to 32 unit properties and Airbnb them. Anthony, we don't Airbnb properties. I've said this so many times. You guys just really want to irritate me. No, you have a short-term rental business. Airbnb is not a verb. It's a marketplace. Anyway, I'll stop. How many units would you consider as a good amount, rule of thumb, to Airbnb? There we go again. In a high populated area like Miami, Florida, and surrounding areas. All of them. That's like asking me, how many hotel rooms does Miami need? A lot. I think you probably want to reword your question, because I'm sure that's not the answer you were looking for. TJ, what's up? How are you? Let's see. Oh, here's more. I'm good with all my reviews, so it's not me trying to get one removed. Oh, okay. Calls it an outlier review. It's possibly coming to Superhost. Sure, go for it. If you, I don't have a problem with trying to get rid of a review, Gab, if that's what they want to do. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right. Hopefully I am. Anyway, have you tried any apps to determine listing ranking like Smart? Sorry. Like Smart B Value and Rank Breeze. Elliot, yes. And in fact, you can get a free trial of Smart B&B by going to cashflowdiary.com/STR data. It's one of the few tools that we've used. I am familiar with Vayu. I've not looked at this other one you're talking about, which is why you've not heard it from me. So yes, Akash, I think is the name. Just channel management software. Just channel manager. I don't understand that question. I'm sorry. I'm only on Airbnb and would like to expand to other platforms. Also, would you want to sync with Wheelhouse? Which pricing tool you're using is very location dependent. We've had individuals, Wheelhouse and Price Labs are the two that we have used and recommended for people. Yes, but I'm not sure what you, and if you're going to go to another channel, you need way more than just channel management inside of a piece of software. There's so many other things that we talk about inside the system that you're probably going to want to pay attention to. If when I say the word system and you're like, what is he talking about? And you're like, I don't know what he's talking about. Well, then here's what I want you to do is when you get a moment, go to cashflowdiary.com/star. Again, that's cashflowdiary.com/star. Go there and simply watch the presentation. We'll see more about the system that we're referring to, because there's definitely a whole lot more to the puzzle and pie in order to make that work. So hopefully that bet. Oh, best. That was a typo. What is the best channel management software? Channel management is usually a function that is collapsed with the property it should be. I like to use channel managers that are part of the property management systems for a number of reasons. So that I would not break that out in a separate piece in any way, shape, or form. So hopefully that it helps. All right, let's see. Oh, more questions. Here we go. Anthony says, forgive me, Jay. You're right. Short-term rentals. Yes, I know. I get a little irritated, but it's important that you have the right mentality when you approach your business, because we have a short-term rental business, not an Airbnb business. They're a marketplace. They're a place where you gather your customers, but they are not your business. You should be looking and working to build a business that is independent of all of the marketplaces. And for those of you who are here, you understand exactly how we do that. All right. Joven, what's up? What percentage of the gross income should we expect to be a good percentage for our annual net income? I'm going to read that again. What percentage of the gross income should we expect to be a good percentage of our annual net income? All of it. Okay, I think I understand your question, and I think I understand what you're trying to ask. The challenge is that it depends. It depends on what you say, who you're serving. You've heard me say this before, and now you're going to hate it, but this is the answer. Remember Walmart, Target, or Nordstrom, right? The percentage of net income for Walmart is different than Nordstrom, is different than Target, all because of whom they serve. That doesn't mean one is right and one is wrong. It just means it's different. And that's what you've got to remember. Yours is going to also be different relative to whom you serve. Whom you serve, whether that's the rustic play, whether that's the urban play, whether that's the exotic play, whether you're the Walmart, Target, or Nordstrom, whether you're the studios, the 1 beds, the 2 beds, the super big houses, the event spaces, whether you're doing the movie sets, whatever you're doing, it's all going to be relative to that. There is no, this is the number. Now, I like to know, I always tell people though, to expect around 20%, especially for those of you doing urban plays and small studios and 1 bedrooms. Can it be higher? Yeah. Might it be higher? Sure. But I always say expect around that. But if it's less, does that mean you're doing something wrong? No. It could though. It could. So it's very relative. The only number or metric that you need to be worried about is the one that you scored last year. So is it going up or is it going down? What are your seasonality numbers? Those things matter for sure. Jovan, what percentage of views on Airbnb should convert to booking? I'm going to say see previous answer, because if you are running a space that is $20,000 a week, your percentage of views to bookings is going to, or sorry, bookings to views is going to be very, very low. Whereas if you are running a super discount low urban play that's $75 a night for a studio, probably going to be higher, right? So it depends. Or actually, I think I said that exactly inverse. Because if you're $20,000 a week, you might not get that many views, but the few views you get probably convert because only so many people are going to be looking at $20,000. Whereas if you're at $75 a night, there's a lot of people who are going to look at that. And therefore, that number is going to be really, really small as a percentage. There is no right or wrong answer there either. Okay. But there is a comparative answer, and that's what you need to be comparing over and over again. So hopefully that makes sense. Shirley, we're ready to sign a new lease, and the owner spoke with friends over the weekend who told him all the bad stuff about Airbnb. Well, you knew that was coming, right? So now I'm trying to address all his concerns. He wants to see the lease from Airbnb. Got it. Then, all right. So I'm hearing lots of things that did not go well in your conversation. One, you have to establish that you have a short-term rental business, not an Airbnb business. Two, you never back away from those concerns. Always confess and attack. If someone you know, everybody's gonna go talk to their cousin, their psychic cat hairdresser. They're gonna do it. So you knew this already, and then they're gonna hear all the things and then run away, well, screaming. That's what's gonna happen. You knew this already. All right. So now that you're in this situation, how do we address it? Is the question. You have to go back and address what was missed. What was missed, and what we have to help them understand is that Airbnb is a marketplace. Airbnb doesn't issue leases. The company does, right? Because those are two completely different things. Here is what our standard rental agreement looks like, and we have an electronic version of that agreement that is handled by all of the marketplaces, Airbnb being one of them. That's completely different than the conversation that you're having, and that's kind of where we need to be. So hopefully that helps, and hopefully you can salvage it if you like. All right, let me see. I'm looking for a few more. Oh my goodness. Do you pick up supplies from Costco yourself, or have things delivered to a location where there's someone to receive supplies? Oh, I think you're talking about the. I think I know what you're talking about. And it's funny you mentioned that, because that is of much debate. There's like two camps. There's the camp of, yes, go to Costco, pick them up yourself, and then there's the camp of, for me, it's an Amazon subscribe and save every month, and it just delivers it and then drop it off at a central location. So 6 in one, half dozen in the other, no wrong way there. Just manage your operational expense. Cash, I think. Let me rephrase. I would like to expand to Booking.com, Expedia. I'm wondering what service is best for syncing messages. I'm wondering what service is best for syncing prices, messages. I've heard of Toki. Man, yeah. Do you have a preference? I have many preferences, and what I'm saying to you very specifically is there is no one service that makes all of them. The reason I'm saying go watch the presentation, the major reason I'm saying that is because instead of trying to give you what you might interpret as the silver bullet quick answer, I'm trying to help you understand how to build your business properly on a very solid foundation. That's why I'm saying you might want to go over to cashflowdiary.com/star. That way you can not only understand which tools, but you also need to understand why a particular tool. Understanding which tools literally does you no good if you don't understand why a particular tool actually makes sense. And that's honestly what I It's honestly what I care about. I care that you understand why a particular tool, not which particular tool, because that tool could go away tomorrow. That tool could suddenly decide to change how it bills you. And then once the tool changes how it bills you, you don't know why you chose that one in the first place. Teaching you how to fish, that's kind of my game, not just feeding you fish. I would suggest checking out Google Express over Amazon. Google Express. Okay, there's another way to buy your supplies. There's way too many ways to buy the stuff that we need. I mean, but then again, how much toilet paper can we actually use? But who knows? Don't ask your guests that question, because they can totally use a lot. Shirley says, ouch, you're right. Yes, Shirley, I can tell by the questions that people ask if they followed the system or not. I know. Because I'm like, when you ask me a question, I'm like, oop, I know you didn't do what I said. And it's all good. But go fix it. John, what's up? I have a hole in my automated system for dynamic pricing. I think I know where this is already going, but I'm going to keep reading. We use HomeAway as one of our channels. We are using Price Labs, Toki, Smart B&B. I've not found a way to use those tools to push pricing to that channel. I know. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, John. I'm evaluating some things right now to fix that very thing. Because we have some other issues with Toki at this moment, which have caused me to go back into research and demo mode and find some answers. And some of those answers seem to also be answering the HomeAway pricing issues. Stay tuned. Russell, I get keys to short-term rental number 3. What? Everybody, you got to understand, this is an exciting moment for me, and I'm sure it's exciting for him, because at the end of the day, he probably wants more than 3 right now, but the fact that he's at number 3 in such a short period of time is exciting. So make that happen. All right. I get the key to short-term rental number 3 tomorrow morning. It's my first studio apartment. It has a Murphy bed. Oh. Okay. What is your preference for first impression? Murphy bed up or down? And when taking photos, should both bed positions be displayed? Yes. Both bed positions, yes, absolutely, all day long. Here's my concern. I would encourage you to be as very, very clear as humanly possible about 2 things when it comes to the Murphy bed. Its exact dimensions, okay? Its exact dimensions, and not just length and width, but weight capacity. And that might not have been the politically correct way to say it, guys, but as the operator, you're going to want to make sure that you have communicated to your potential guest these things, so that they can make a as well-informed decision as humanly possible. The weight capacity is actually one of the reasons, in addition to size, you guys know I like larger beds anyway, why Murphy beds have not been an option in my world. But I would be really, really clear about those things for sure. Otherwise, you might have a challenge, is all I'm saying. So I'm just going to let that sit. Not going to say any more. Okay. Not going to say any more. All right. Last round, looking for questions. Gab J, my brother from another mother. Awesome. Cool, guys. I'm hoping things are going well for you. Hopefully you got as many reservations during this session as I did, because I definitely got a few while talking to you guys today. Again, sorry for the tech challenges at the beginning. Thank you for sticking through. Nonetheless, hopefully you find these helpful and valuable. We'll keep doing them. You keep asking the questions. We'll do our level best to keep answering them. And well, at the end of the day, it was fun talking to you guys today. I look forward to talking to you soon. Till next time.
Jay Massey is a full-time real estate investor. He's an entrepreneur.
He also teaches people how to find deals, raise capital for real estate investments.
Meeting Jay Massey in person, you'd think he's just a regular guy. He's got jeans and a t-shirt on and a pair of sneakers. But he's built up a multi-million-dollar empire.
I hope you do have an empty notebook because it's going home filled.
Jay gives back so much value that I've never seen.
Now, at this moment, when I'm looking at the kitchen, things are going through my head.
You want to be friends with him, and he treats you like you're the only person in the room, even though it's for the benefit of everybody.
This is how, when you ask yourself, how does Jay do it? This is how.
He tells people that they have to take action, and they have to take action now. I took the action, and the results have paid off.
What happens when the marketplace understands who we are and how we go out there?